In honor of Black History Month, Beans and Cornbread in Southfield is giving people a history lesson with limited time shoebox lunches. I'm joined now by Patrick Coleman, managing partner of Beans and Cornbread. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. What's the concept behind these shoebox lunches?
Well, good morning, Keenan. Thanks for having us. You know, travel was so difficult for Black Americans just a generation ago. You couldn't take a trip down to see grandma in Alabama and stop and get something to eat because of legalized segregation. So what folks used to do back in the day, the women would arm their travelers with meals packed in shoeboxes. And so what we've done at Beans and Cornbread, we've gone back to that era and we've created a shoebox and not only packed it with great award-winning food, but lots of little tidbits of American history.
Right, so I'm looking at these boxes and they're names that, you know, they're going to be certainly familiar to some of us, like Medgar Evers and Bessie Coleman. What's your hope when, you know, you put this lunchbox or this shoebox lunch in someone's hand? What do you want to happen?
Well, you know what? There's so many wonderful stories and legacies that came out of that era. We celebrate history, we celebrate the legacies of trailblazers during that time. We talk about Bessie Coleman. This box references Bessie Coleman, who was a woman, African-American woman back in the 20s that dreamed of becoming a pilot. And what she did was she learned French and she moved over to France and became an international pilot. Or Satchel Paige, who won both championships in both the Negro Leagues and the Major Leagues, arguably one of the best baseball players
of all time.
Of all time. And so these people, we're celebrating their resiliency and their resolve and resourcefulness. And, you know, hopefully, you know, you can get a lesson in a shoebox.
Right. And, you know, I'm going to actually pick up this shoebox. So, you know, for instance, you have some people here in the back, Medgar Evers, Bessie Coleman, you have Satchel Paige, but there are also sort of even some smaller items inside. So it's not just the outside of the box. Even when you open it up, not only do you get the food, you still get that history lesson.
You do get that history lesson. And the great thing about this is these boxes are being sold at Beans and Cornbread. Again, we're arming it, or we're including our award-winning soul food. And a portion of the proceeds go to a charity, and that's the Central Detroit Christian Kids Group. And they're doing wonderful things in Detroit. And
we showed some video just a moment ago of some kids with these lunch boxes. They get a little something for the belly and a little something for the mind. How long are these lunch boxes available?
They're going to be available through the end of February. Of course, it's Black History Month, and it's a great inspirational thing, great food, and we're open today on President's Day.
Open today on President's Day, so you can stop by and get one. We're halfway through the month. How's the reception been?
It's been phenomenal. It's been really great. The community has really gotten behind this and supported this.
All right, so let me tell you, the outside of the boxes are great. There's knowledge on the inside of the box. I've been smelling the food, Patrick, all morning long, so you know there's some good stuff inside as well. Patrick Coleman, Managing Director of Beans and Cornbread in Southfield. Go check them out to get a little bit of history, a little history lesson and some great food.